Bismillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki, the king. Maliki, Yawmiddin. Iyakh, na'budu wa iyyak nasta'in. Ihdina sirat mustaqim. Sirat al-Adina. An'amta alayhim ghayru mahdhubi alayhim waladhalin. I wanted to read a poem that has been widely read on the internet from my book. I haven't read this poem in a long time, so I hope I can read it right. For about the 1.5 of my people who like to hear SIAM read his poetry. About 1.5. I'm flying this UFO on impulse power tonight. I'm not doing the flashing lights and things. I'm in stealth. I'm flying, but I'm not, you know. But I wanted to read this poem. It's called Today at the Graveyard. Today at the Graveyard. Indianapolis has, I think, the second largest graveyard in the world, Crown Hill Cemetery. Crown Hill. I just feel like if I had been born in time, maybe James Wickham Riley, I would have been at the top of the hill buried instead of him. But, you know, he got here first, so him and little orphan Annie and all that. But, and, you know, people used to come to his porch and they say he would, you know, serve lemonade to the kids on Lockerbie Square and all down up in there. The nice white people lived, had money, things. There was another poet that was a contemporary with him. His name was Paul Lawrence Dunbar, and he lived in Dayton. He worked as an elevator operator. He was a black man. I think his poetry is far greater than James. But of course, in that day and time, he didn't get the props he deserved. But I visited his home several times when I was in Dayton with Marshall and Sugar and all of that. I never know what I'm going to say to you. I don't, what does nobody is going to say to you? I'm not in control of it. I'm not. I'm not. You're in control. I'm not in control. These glasses are getting on my last nerve, you know? I mean, I got to go through major adjustments and things. And then they're not even clean, you know? This is not gonna get it. And not even no tissue paper around to clean my glasses. See, this is what I'm talking about. Boy, it's just slip dipping, I think. Can't see no way. You should get clean the glasses and be blind a little bit cleaner, clear. Be blind clear, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be blind, something like that. Whatever you're gonna be the best at it. Yeah. You see that, right? It's called Today at the Graveyard. It's a prose poem. Today at the Graveyard, a poetical prose letter essay for my photography. I can't talk tonight. For my photography queen. I got it out. And sister, Sharon Farmer. We went to Ohio State University together. And she used to follow me around when I was a poet and take pictures of me. She's a photographer. She ended up being a photographer for the White House. Yeah. Under Clinton administration. Took all the photos and things. Yeah. But she used to follow me around when I was doing poetry on the campus. Nobody ever did any poetry before, like I was doing. And we started a whole Black Arts movement up and through there. And it still exists to this day, Black Arts Society. There was the Proud Black Images Poets, and there was the three of us, and there was Ohio State University Black Choir. And we traveled all over the place. They would do sacred and secular songs, and we would come on stage between the two. And Garfield, Navita, and myself. And we would do our poetry. Sharon was always taking photographs and things. You know. Anyway, this piece was dedicated to her. I mean, I was thinking about her when I wrote it, that is. And I wrote it to her. It says, sharing every day. Oh, I forgot something. I must quote this for you. This is the quotation that precedes this poetical piece. What lies behind us and before us are small matters compared to what lies within us. One of my favorite mystical writers, Ralph Waldo Emerson. You should read his Circles. One of the transcendentalists, Henry and David Thoreau and him, they were all buddies at Harvard together. They were all buddies. Sharon, every day I try to get physical and spiritual exercise by taking a long walk through the rolling hills and on the sometimes sharp winding roads of the Indianapolis Crown Hill Cemetery. Today, Robbie and Ali were with me. When I returned home, I found your voice on my answering machine. My photography queen. After being here all day working on things on this crazy jackleg computer I have, and I realized as soon as I had left the house, you must have called. Yes, I often walk in the graveyard. There, I don't have to worry about some stupid idiot walking up to me talking about, hey man, you looking? And I have to respond by saying, nah, man, I ain't looking at nothing but this crack in the sidewalk as I try to hurry up and get away from your dope peddling, stupid meddling ass. Come up to me looking like Count Dracula, Frankenstein, the werewolf, and the mummy, or some modern day existential version in surround sound DVD of the creature from the Black Lagoon, now a living reality. Whistling, running, walking, stalking, and talking on miniature looking cell phones with earrings in both ears and their noses. Should be Academy Award nominees. Low life gangster wannabes acting all important, though ignorant and self impotent. While creeping, farting, stanking, jerking, lurking, laughing, smirking, cursing, and pissing in between apartment buildings, on the side of people's front porches, on and in the bushes, front and backyards, on sidewalk, up against trees, out in the open, pants hanging all down their legs, with their behind and filthy skid-marked drawers in full view. Sometimes crawling on their hands and knees in the black community like the dog-eat-dogs they are. For real. Hiding up in and behind abandoned houses and garages, sneaking in and out of trash-filled alleyways, low-down Halloween caricature ghoulish-looking creatures. Proud and shameless, arrogant and defiant, disrespectful and disgraceful, distasteful and most hateful, hip-hopping to prison and quickly dying to be graveyard bound. Fly-by-night entrepreneurs trying to sell me some life-defying, self-denying, mind-paralyzing drugs in the graveyard. I can think most clearly in the profound silence about what is most real in life for me, without worrying about who wants to rob me or challenge my dignity and manhood, or without having to impress someone with where I went to school, how many degrees I possess, how much money I'm making on my job, or how many important people I know. In the graveyard, I always come to realize that the only thing we leave this life with is our good deeds or our evil deeds. That here in the graveyard, we don't take any of our poems, songs, clothes, money, fame, notoriety, sexuality, houses or land, or even any of our family or friends. In the graveyard, the air is unpolluted by city traffic and secondhand cigarette smoke. No delectable char-broiled T-bone steaks, no Thanksgiving or Christmas turkey with gorgeous rich brown unlumped gravy, no smothered curried lamb chops with portobello mushrooms, no exquisite filet mignon, no delicious shrimp scampi or steaming oysters on the half shell, and no cherry cobbler or lemon meringue pies are being eaten and digested here. No sleepy time tea or wake me up early in the morning Folgers hazelnut flavored coffee. No cannabis sativa, no heroin, psychic mushrooms, or peyote is served here. No angel dust, LSD, ecstasy, or methamphetamines. No Mad Dog, Ripple, Thunderbird, Wild Irish Rose, Cabernet Sauvignon, or Don Perignon wines. No scotch on the rocks, rum, or coke. No Long Island iced teas are being tasted or swallowed. And no drunkards are stumbling around here. In the graveyard, there is no cursing, no pornography, no child molestation, no serial killings, and no presidential elections are being held. In the graveyard, there is no Muddy Waters, Roscoe Gordon, Howlin' Wolf, Ray Charles, or B.B. King blues. No Lionel Hampton or Jenny Key, no avant-garde John Coltrane or Pharaoh Sanders saxophones blowing, crying, or wailing, no basketball playing by the Los Angeles Lakers or late Josephine Baker or Nina Simone solos ringing, no Harlem Boys choirs singing or Sweet Honey in the Rock or a cappella folk melodies prophesying, blending, and righteously ascending, no Duke Ellington jazz or sacred concerts are being performed, no P-Funk rock rap or P-Funk Brides of Frankenstein, bass lines to wiggle and squiggle to, no Amos and Andy reruns to view, no heavy metal or headbanger music to listen through, no rave, no distractions, no debates or arguments, no racism, loud banging, discordant noises, screams or yells, no strenuous onus here, no prostitution. And in this place of space and dimension, no guns are being bought or shot, and no wars are being fought, lost, or won. And what is most real and ubiquitous is right there before us. Our very own ominous individual mortality. And here in the graveyard, there's another beginning to this end. To what most folk think and live as though it is the great grand forever. In the graveyard, I realize that what is most necessary and absolute is the ability to love and forgive. And without having realized these two most important virtuous qualities which blot out negative frivolities, we were dead before we died and never really lived at all. And that without these two sacred and righteous attributes, we just spent a lifetime among the living, walking dead. Often I visit the soul of the great poet James Whitcomb Riley, who lies wholly framed and immortalized forever within the laws of divine cosmic masonry, concretized, enshrined, systematically and hermetically sealed, schematically, symmetrically, mathematically, astrologically perfect on the highest point of this graveyard's landscape, where the sun, moon, stars, and planetary equinoxes move and groove in unified mystical celestial song and praise, high up above the horizon hemisphere, biosphere, and stratosphere throughout the eternal solar years, within the open white pillared enclosure where I often have profound spiritual and political disclosure as I sometimes meditate, sleep, dream, and recapitulate my own poetical verses. But today, I visited the tomb of John Hubert Diligent Jr., the notorious gangster from Indiana, who helped a lot of white folks, poor white folks, with the money he stole from the rich white folks and their banks. He was really a 1930 Robin Hood, a 1930s Robin Hood. Yes, that's how strong he stood. Of course, when they tell his story, they don't talk much about that part at all. And not many people visit his grave because they think he was such a terrible individual. I think that's awful and terribly pitiful. on behalf of the judgments that people make without knowing anything but partial facts, like who in their right mind would eat a half-baked cake. I told him, I understand. It was a depression, things were tight, and that he was really a great warrior who might have gone in another direction if someone had been there to show him a better way. I told him I realized he was courageous. He was courageous and a real hero that the FBI was terrified of, and that the only way they could deal with him was through the betrayal of a false female friend. Who else? Female friend who jived and connived in red dress deception and multiple lies, who helped them to shoot him down in murderous fashion like a dog on a polluted Chicago city street. As he emerged from a relaxing visit to the Manhattan Melodrama Biograph Theater Cinema Show, I ask Allah, the majestic and glorious, who truly knows, to forgive him and keep his soul covered with mercy and grace, and to allow his good deeds to outweigh his evil deeds. Yes, I prayed for John Hubert Dillinger's soul in my visit to the graveyard today. In the graveyard today, I was also thinking of you and how true friendship doesn't have to be qualified by what you can give and do for somebody materially. That true friendship is a gift from the Holy One and belongs to the heart, spirit, and soul, and cannot be destroyed by the vicissitudes of time, space, place, and distance. When I emerged from the graveyard today, I realized I was once again in the midst of so many living dead, selfish, and insensitive folk who as of yet don't realize how short time is, and that each day is another opportunity to make the world a better place by replacing injustice with justice, falsehood with truth, hate with love, darkness with light, and that even beyond a civic responsibility, they most definitely have a spiritual and human responsibility to do everything in the short span of their little lives to make things a definite reality for the generations that are yet to come. In the graveyard today, I measured the dashes between the time people are born and people die. You can't see this with your physical eyes, though, or measure them with a material ruler. Today in the graveyard, I saw something with the eye of my heart and soul that if I want my dash to extend forever, I must live as though I belong to a state and condition called forever. That I cannot be afraid of life or death and have a long dash. That a long dash can only belong to those who give their lives for the sake of humanity, who know the meaning of karmic reciprocity, sincere sacrifice, and profound redemptive suffering, and who are sensitive and true to what is most real about being an authentic human being. In the graveyard today, I saw that some dashes were extremely long, short, and that some dashes were extremely long. Today, when I returned home from my walk in the graveyard, I realized I had missed a phone call from a very special, beautiful living friend who has touched us all with her essence in photography and music. And I was sad to realize that I had missed talking directly to her, but she has received this writing from me instead. It is the authentic word of her friend's experience called Today at the Graveyard. And I already know she will find something meaningful for herself therein. I know, I know, I know. She realizes as I that if we try hard enough in this life, we might and can end up taking a few exceptional pictures with us. When we finally have to leave.